Pioneer, the sci-fi exploration game first discovered as an Easter egg in Watch Dogs 2, has been cancelled according to former Ubisoft director Alex Hutchinson. In one mission for Watch Dogs 2, players could hack into the servers of a fictional Ubisoft San Francisco to steal and sell a secret free teaser. Once downloaded, the teaser wound up being footage from a space game codenamed Pioneer. This is pretty interesting, given that Ubisoft never formally announced the game was in development, although it was confirmed that the game footage was real. An official review for Pioneer was reportedly in the works for 2017, but that never ended up happening. A tweet sent out by Hutchinson yesterday seems to hint at Pioneer's cancellation, although it's worth noting that it's no longer working at Ubisoft. The company has not put out an official statement over Pioneer, but there is no telling if it will ever be addressed, given the secrecy around the game's development. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate surpassed 5 million sales during its first week on shelves, according to a report from Japanese newspaper Nikkei. Via Resetter, that figure includes both physical and digital sales, and would make sense given we know the game has already sold over 4.2 million units in the US and Japan combined. Earlier this week, Ultimate became the fastest-selling Switch game of all time in the States after shifting 3 million copies in 11 days, while also becoming the fastest-selling title in the Super Smash Bros. Franchise. The massive brawler also performed well on home soil, and sold 1.23 million retail copies in Japan during its launch weekend, another record for the series. That performance has already had a positive impact on Switch sales, and Nintendo hope for the title will continue to drive hardware over the holidays. Organizers of the 19th Annual Game Developers' Choice Awards, GDC, the premier accolades for peer recognition, celebrating the industry's top games, studios and developers, have revealed that veteran legendary game developer Rico Kodama will receive this year's Pioneer Award, which honors breakthrough tech and game design milestones. The GDCA will recognize Kodama for her career in game development, spanning more than 3 decades, including her work on some of the most beloved titles in Sega's classic games library, from Phantasy Star through Alex Kidd to Skies of Arcadia and beyond. Kodama is a trailblazing game artist, director and producer, who established her career during an era in which women game designers' contributions and activity in the industry were less recognized, eventually heading development on some of the industry's most well-regarded Japanese role-playing games, JRPGs. Beginning her professional career at Sega in 1984, Kodama made her industry debut with Champion Boxing on the company's SG-1000 game console. As a new hire, Kodama learned how to create pixel art and animation from veteran designers at the company, eventually refining her work to create designs for arcade games like Sega Ninja and Quartet, before moving on to the Sega Markfield, otherwise known as the Sega Master System in non-Japanese territories. On the more advanced hardware, she honed her skills to contribute background designs for the now classic Alex Kidd in Miracle World, and artwork for Phantasy Star. Moving on to the 16-bit Mega Drive platform, known as the Sega Genesis in North America, Kodama contributed key artwork for such landmark genre-defining titles as Auto Beast, Alex Kidd in the Enchanted Castle, and Sonic the Hedgehog. All the while, Kodama worked alongside other game development pioneers, such as Yuji Naka, creator of Sonic the Hedgehog, and Yu Suzuki, former head of Venture. the team behind Virtua Fighter. It was during the Sega Mega Drive Genesis era that Kodama further exemplified her development prowess, serving as the team leader, an analyst and modern-day game director role for Phantasy Star, the end of the millennium, known as Phantasy Star IV in North America. Her stellar work at Sega continued into the 90s, with directorial work on Magic Knight Rainier on Sega Saturn, and the producer role on Deep Fear and Sega Dreamcast Skies of Arcadia, and the subsequent release on Nintendo GameCube, Skies of Arcadia Legends. With 3.5 decades of game development, Kodama drew from her experience and expertise to produce the Seventh Dragon series of RPGs on Nintendo DS, Nintendo 3DS and PlayStation portable platforms. Her current role sees her producing the Sega Ages series of classic game ports on the Nintendo Switch, the series that honors many of the same timeless Sega titles she herself helped to create in her pioneering role as a game developer in the 1980s through now. The Game Developers' Choice Awards were conceived as a way to recognize the all-too-often unsung genius and dedication of game developers throughout history, and this year's award honors a figure who helped pave the way for countless game creators to follow, said Katie Aston, General Manager of the Game Developers Conference. After decades spent developing some of Sega's most indelible classics, Kodama-san could easily rest on her laurels, but instead has dedicated herself to creating games that transcend gender and generations to give us countless hours of joy. This award is a thank you to Kodama-san and all creators who work so hard to achieve greatness. Riko Kodama, as well as Lifetime Achievement Award recipient Amy Hennett, will be honored at the Game Developers' Choice Awards ceremony, taking place on Wednesday, March 20, 2019 at 6:30 p.m. at the San Francisco Moscone Center during the 2019 Game Developers Conference, and in conjunction with the Independent Games Festival. If the ceremonies are available to attend for all BD 2019 pass holders, the recipients of the Pioneer Award are chosen by the Game Developers' Choice Special Awards jury, which includes notable game industry leaders such as Chris Chow, Emmanuel Protected, Lane Rooney, New York University, Brian Reynolds, Big Huge Games, Brandon Sheffield, Microsoft Games, and Mir Shepard. NetNet's after. For more information about the 19th Annual Game Developers' Choice Awards, visit http://gamechoiceawards.com. Bring your team to GD. Register a group of 10 or more and save 10% on conference passes. Learn more. For more details on NGDC 2019, visit the show's official website, or subscribe to regular updates via Facebook, Twitter, or Gamasutra and GD are sibling organizations under parent company Informa. The Gamasutra Job Board is the most diverse, active and established board of its kind for the video game industry. Here is just one of the many positions being advertised right now. Location: Troy, New York. We are looking for an experienced producer to support the production of a new title in development at Valen Studios. The producer will work closely with the project's key leaders and other production team members to successfully execute on a new, groundbreaking, original IP. The producer will help manage the project's development from pre-production through to product launch, working with key internal and external stakeholders to deliver on all critical milestones. If you are an experienced game producer, we want to hear from you. Responsibilities: Requirements, qualifications. Big places. Interested? Apply now. Whether you are just starting out, looking for something new, or just seeing what's out there, the Gamasutra job board is the place where game developers move ahead in their careers. Gamasutra's job board is the most diverse, most active, and most established board of its kind in the video game industry.